Good Morning America host Robin Roberts is an inspiration, a source of hope and a brave soul to millions of people. She is more than just a famous face to many of her admirers. They consider her a friend. However, new information has her loyal fans understandably frightened. Many were surprised by Robin's most recent emotional post, given her tendency for more positive updates. Might you kindly explain what this news is and how it might impact her and Good Morning America in the future? Staying there will let us get to the heart of the story. Robin Roberts' meteoric climb from humble beginnings to morning TV stardom is worth recalling first. Robin came into this world in Tuskegee, Alabama, on November 23, 1960. She was raised in Pass Christian, Mississippi. Her father was the fourth child in a family of Tuskegee Airmen pilots. Therefore, she hailed from an illustrious line of pilots. Her high school career was marked by academic and athletic excellence, and she was honored with the title of salutatorian. After seeing her elder sister Sally Ann succeed as a local news presenter, Robin Roberts followed in her footsteps. Although Robin received a basketball scholarship offer from Louisiana State University, she was determined to attend a more prestigious school. On her way home, she had a change of heart and enrolled at Southeastern Louisiana University. Although a journalism scholarship was promised to her after graduation, the only prize that was provided was for tennis. She became an instant star on the women's basketball team and now ranks third all-time in scoring. Robin did not waste any time after finishing college. She quickly found work as a sports reporter and host for a television station in Mississippi, putting her journalistic and athletic skills to good use. As her career progressed, she logically moved to larger areas such as Biloxi, Hattiesburg, Nashville, and Atlanta. When ESPN offered her the role of host of SportsCenter when she was 29 years old, it was the beginning of her meteoric journey to fame and prominence. She gained fame for her carefree demeanor and the phrase, "Go on with your bad self." Her contagious energy allowed her to quickly gain fans and friends. She began her career in journalism in 1995 and was a featured reporter for Good Morning America, GMA, until 2005, during which time she was a guest reporter for ESPN. She worked her way up the media ladder and expanded her audience while continuing her action sports background as an employee of Wide World of Sports from 1996 to 1998. A year after returning to her journalistic roots to tell the story, Hurry and Curry would go on to cover Pass Christian, Mississippi, her hometown. That same year, she took over GMA's co-host role from Diane Sawyer. After losing its position as the most watched morning show in 2009, due to the hiring of George Stephanopoulos, GMA regained it starting in April 2012. The morning show has undergone yet another transformation thanks to the two hosts' collaboration. The 2011 ABC pre-Oscars presentation with Robin Roberts was just as glamorous and riveting as this year's. She has tried her hand at acting, driving the pace car on May 30th in the 2010 Indianapolis 500 and making an appearance as a guest star in an episode of Hannah Montana that aired on the Disney Channel the same year. She had an interesting cameo in Pitch Perfect 2 while still a member of the Barden Bellas. Her engaging personality and impressive skill set made it clear that her abilities went beyond journalism. For her career in women's basketball, Robin was elected into the Hall of Fame in 2012. After years of advocating for women's sports, Impact 25 and ESPNW compensated her in 2014. In the same year, she set out to change the world by launching Rock and Robin Productions. Along with narrating the documentary Tuskegee Airmen, Legacy of Courage, Robin co-produced it. This is one of Robin's major efforts. The biopic centers on the events of her father's life. Robin kept up her hectic schedule and co-anchored the royal wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on May 19, 2018, in addition to her stint as a guest presenter on Jeopardy in 2021. Her interview program, Turning the Tables with Robin Roberts, airs on Disney Plus and is devoted to presenting inspiring stories. Despite her public success, Robin's private life was full of minor struggles and moments of vulnerability, proving that there was more to her than what appeared on film. Robin Roberts' public life is fascinating, but her job as a journalist has brought her the most fame. As a practicing Presbyterian who also makes time for transcendental meditation, she finds a way to incorporate her faith and mindfulness into her daily life. Notorious journalist Robin Roberts has had an eventful and intriguing life. Despite her professed Presbyterianism, she is a practicing member of transcendental meditation, an ideology that blends spirituality with a rigorous work ethic. After 2005, Robin began dating Amber Lane, a massage therapist. Robin made it hilariously obvious during his 2014 interview on The Ellen DeGeneres Show that they had attempted to cancel on each other twice before going on a blind date. While Robin came out as homosexual in 2013, Amber opted to stay out of the limelight. Additionally, Robin revealed in 2022 that her whole social circle, including friends, family, and colleagues, was aware of it. Regardless, she remained Robin's support through thick and thin, especially following Robin's diagnosis with MDS and other trials. Both Robin and Amber have used the word best friends to describe each other, and Robin publicly hailed Amber for her support in a Facebook post. Their friendship became stronger over the years, and Amber was Robin's rock at some of her worst moments, including the death of her father, the destruction of her city from Hurricane Katrina, and her fight against breast cancer. According to Robin's book, Everybody's Got Something, Amber stayed at her side the whole time when things became rough. On their second blind date in July, they celebrated with apple and lime martinis after becoming an immediate match. A tender and joyful love story has developed out of Robin Roberts' love, tenacity, and support for Amber Lane and herself. Given Robin's vocal support for LGBTQ+ rights, rumors started circulating that she could be a member of the LGBTQ+ community. Robin joined the Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Education Network, GLSN, in their 2014 Respect Awards campaign in New York City, where they called for a more welcoming environment for LGBT students. The two seemed to enjoy one another's company, and their actions revealed how much they valued each other. For instance, in November 2014, at the red carpet event at Carnegie Hall, they had incredible chemistry, and their smiles communicated their feelings for one another. Robin remembered a day when Amber had planned to bring a dancing arena to the beach in Turks and Caicos to celebrate Robin's 50th birthday. This was an odd gesture, but it was one that Robin could do to show her some compassion for Amber. Having developed a deeper bond over the years, Robin joyfully announced her engagement to her soulmate on Good Morning America in January 2023. After several setbacks brought on by Amber's terrible health, they were finally ready to embrace this new chapter. After Robin and her partner announced their engagement on Instagram, she filled her fans in on their recent trip to watch Taylor Swift play, the beautiful weather in Key West, and their return to Turks and Caicos. Despite falling in love, they spent the first decade of their union apart. They never looked back, however, after learning to cherish the time they spent together throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. With this newfound knowledge, they were even more determined to progress in their relationship with grace, humor, and empathy. The road to marriage was only the next poignant chapter in the touching relationship between Robin and Amber. As they journeyed together, they felt love, joy, and an unforgettable personal touch. Sipping calamari rings on each other's fingers was a unique and memorable way for the couple to seal their vows one evening at a little Mexican restaurant. It was typical of them to propose something out of the ordinary. It was just us in our little restaurant, putting calamari rings on and saying, "Let's go, let's do it." Robin recalled that day, describing it as the pinnacle of their carefree, joyous relationship. They then officially made their way to the office of the Connecticut Farmington County Clerk. Robin and Amber exchanged vows the next day in an intimate ceremony surrounded by close ones. Robin shared snippets of their journey in a playful remark on Instagram, writing, "Road to the ring is nearing an end, 18 years and worth the wait." Lucas, their beloved dog, who was dressed in a gorgeous bow tie, brought an additional element of enchantment to the celebration. The gathering, which attracted around 250 people, was filled with happiness, hospitality, and affection. Nonetheless, the wedding festivities went on after that. A second celebration was hosted in New Orleans by Robin's siblings for those loved ones who could not attend the wedding in Connecticut. A brass band played their favorite songs, and the couple's love was symbolized with a three-tiered wedding cake. The fact that Robin, ever the Joker, called the gathering the Amber Robin Gratitude Tour demonstrates how grateful they were for everyone's generosity and goodwill. The happy couple had to plan a special celebration for their first wedding anniversary, which fell on September 8, 2024, after being wed for almost a year. The services of Chef Katrina, who had previously prepared the shrimp cocktail, salad, and salmon dessert served at their wedding reception at Farmington Gardens, were an unexpected present from a dear friend. Rather of following tradition, they indulged in a year-round treat, the wedding cake, and crackers straight from the freezer. Despite the happiness, Robin was also experiencing some difficulties at the moment. She had to face challenges that would have made her vulnerable at times, whether it was dealing with her personal troubles or receiving a message that changed her life. Whatever may have transpired, Robin's story is still motivational. Their love for one another and joy in their relationship have flourished as a result of Amber's unwavering support. Think a single letter or event can really change someone's life, like Robin's story of hope with Amber at her side? The many hardships that Robin Roberts endured throughout her life helped shape her character, making her story one of courage. The diagnosis of early-stage breast cancer in 2017 was the terrible news that her life was going to be flipped upside down. It occurred shortly after the death of her friend Joel Siegel, a very trying period for her. Robin was compelled to self-evaluate before to a memorial performance in his honor, and the dread of seeing a lump made her want to end her life. "I never thought I'd be writing this. I have breast cancer," she said to her fans. A rapid biopsy verified Robin's greatest fears, despite her first disbelief. Robin was a young and healthy woman. When she decided to tell her tale in the hopes that it will benefit others, her courage and resolve shone through again. With the support of her Good Morning America family, friends, and colleagues, she assured her viewers that she would have the surgery and treatment she needed, uplifting their spirits. Robin insisted that we should all take charge of our health and be checked while the disease is still in its early stages. She expressed her optimism with a positive tone, saying, "I am so blessed that I found this in the early stages. It is good news for me. My specialist is hopeful and looking forward to the day I should fly planes and climb the Mayan pyramids again." On August 3, 2007, Robin had a painful procedure and 8 rounds of chemotherapy, but she never once backed down. Another challenge she faced in 2012 was myelodysplastic syndrome, MDS, a secondary cancer that may be fatal to the bone marrow. Robin left Good Morning America in August after learning her diagnosis so she could undergo treatment. For the second time, Robin chose to be honest about her struggle by disclosing her diagnosis. It really stunned everyone. Be the Match, a non-profit bone marrow registry, had a 1,800% surge in registrations after her story went viral. For Robin's survival after her diagnosis in September 2012, a bone marrow transplant was crucial. Despite the hardship, she encouraged and uplifted many via her bravery and transparency in sharing her story. Robin has shown courage in her fight against MDS. All the while she was fighting, she turned her suffering into an inspiring act of heroism. Through her advocacy work and financial contributions, she has used her social status to promote early identification and rally support for the cause. Repeatedly, Robin Roberts has shown that even the most humble beginnings may lead to great success. Robin needed a bone marrow transplant in 2012, and her sister Sally Ann was an amazing donor and a rock for her. After the trauma she endured, Robin became a vocal supporter of bone marrow donation. She sometimes urged individuals to join the registry, knowing firsthand the importance of such a life-saving measure. On February 20, 2013, after many months of treatment, Robin triumphantly returned to Good Morning America. Everyone was anticipating her exuberant announcement, "I have been waiting 174 days to say this." Her return was a moment of success and closure for many, and it was a pivotal time for the program. Over 6 million people tuned in to see her farewell performance on February 25th, the highest ratings the program has had since November 2012, when she campaigned for president. No one could have failed to notice her brave deed. At the 2013 ESPY Awards, she received the Arthur Ashe Courage Award in recognition of the profound influence her story has on many others. According to the Peabody citation, she allowed her network to launch a public service campaign centered on her battle with MDS, which in turn spurred hundreds of people to become bone marrow donors. On Good Morning America in September 2017, Robin and her longtime friend Amber Lane marked 5 years following Robin's transplant. Caregivers, Amber reflected on her experience caring for Robin and gave sound advice. "You have to take care of yourself. Find a yoga studio, or do something to release all that built-up energy." Despite this, more challenges awaited. Robin was faced with uncertainty in September 2020, when the world was once again devastated by the virus. To ease the transition, she began broadcasting from her Connecticut home. This freed her up to spend more time with Amber and Lucas, their dog. Despite the chaos, the two became closer over this period. Robin said, "We're going on 16 years now. We spent more time together this past year than in the previous 15 years combined." Robin informed her followers of Amber's terrible breast cancer diagnosis in February 2022. In a touching video she shared on Twitter, Robin said that Amber had surgery and was beginning chemotherapy. The statement hinted at a very personal battle for the couple, as Robin went from being a patient to a caregiver, despite the positive prognosis. "She and I have been together almost 17 years, he pointed out. As she said, "We've helped each other through challenges like my journey with cancer. Now it's my turn to be there for her." Her words held the weight of a serious circumstance. Subsequently, Robin told people that the emotional toll of her new job was more than that of her battles with illness in the past. "I have been more emotional about Amber than I was during my 2 times facing serious illness," the lady stated. "I have been more emotional about Amber than I was during my 2 times facing serious illness." She said, "I barely shed a tear. I'm a puddle whenever I think about what Amber is going through." At this point in their lives, they were encountering novel difficulties. Another update that Robin provided with Entertainment Tonight in mid-April 2022 said that Amber's prognosis remained promising, but that her treatment had to be temporarily discontinued due to complications. Just as Amber had been there for Robin through thick and thin, Robin focused on keeping a positive attitude and lifting Amber's spirits. Heartfelt devotion, mutual support, and unity define Robin and Amber's journey. Even when faced with personal hardships and public scrutiny, they proved that numbers and unity can overcome any challenge. Their story moved millions of people because it shows how love can change lives and how the human spirit can overcome adversity. The journey improved when Robin wrote an enthusiastic Instagram post in July 2022 to announce that Amber had completed her radiation therapy. There was plenty to celebrate as Amber, in a touching ceremony, rang the symbolic bell to symbolize the end of her treatment, a major step in her recovery from cancer. In a heartwarming video, Amber said, "My treatment is done, the course is run, and I'm on my way." With a joyful grin, she rang the bell and danced with joy, her dancing moves mirroring her delight. A look of contentment and delight spread over Robin's face. "Sweet Amber," she pointed out, "we both thank you for all your well wishes and prayers, proud of you and all fellow thrivers for your grit and grace during a challenging time." She added, "This is indeed my Monday motivation." Many people online rallied around the video, including Robin and her colleagues at ABC News. Yes, big smiles. Ginger B., a meteorologist, and Deborah Roberts, a journalist, both shouted, and now Amber, Robin, and all others who had supported the process may rejoice this moment of victory. However, the process of predicting outcomes is far from over. Robin fractured her wrist playing tennis in the beginning of 2024. Robin returned to Good Morning America on April 30th, 2024, after a little hiatus, to prove to everyone that she is strong. Whether it's a serious or humorous problem, she still stands tall and proud at 63 years old. During her absence, Lindsay Davis stepped in to keep the show running smoothly, with the help of her co-hosts. Stepping away, co-anchor George Stephanopoulos teased Robin about her injuries and said, "We're glad to have you back." Robin proceeded to comment on the tennis mishap with her trademark humor. "You should have seen the other guy. I tried to uppercut," Robin replied, injecting her own humor into the conflict. She overcame the challenge with an optimistic outlook and unwavering determination. She poked fun of her wrist cast and implied that a paddle would be a safer alternative to a tennis ball. Gio Baitez, a writer for ABC News, whimsically said, "Nobody makes a cast look cuter," complimenting Robin's constant resolve. The way Robin Roberts has handled adversity with grace, humor, and infectious optimism has always been an inspiration.